trust me, there's going to be a million different opinions if I had a million people watch this video. But since I only have about 1,000 on average to watch, it's still going to be 1,000 different opinions. As we get older, we quickly realize we may not be able to do this gig by ourselves for much longer. Welcome back, all you warriors. Another episode of Lee Landscapes Life Stories. Today, we got a question from one of our subscribers, one of our community members here. One of the warriors that hangs out with us. And Dan Laflamme, you just sent this question in about, hey, I think I might need to add an employee next year to make my life easier. What are your thoughts? So that's what we're going to focus on today. We'll go over my thoughts on what it takes and when it's time for you to get an employee and add them on to your arsenal of tools to make this money out here. So stick around and we will definitely talk. I got some grass to mow. Woke up late this morning, but I enjoyed my night. I stayed up till 2 a.m. and I had a fun time. So that's one of the perks of owning your own business. You can do as you please as long as that list gets accomplished. That's all that matters. Check back in. So most of us start this lifestyle out rolling solo and trying our hardest to fill up every single day of the week with full-time mowing. Okay, that's always step one when you're out here doing it by yourself. You're going to be a lone warrior. Now, when it gets to the point that you have stacked yourself solid full and you're exhausted at the end of every week, it's time to start thinking, how do I afford another employee? And am I willing to give up my income to give him money? Probably not. So how do you squeeze all those mowing days and open up another day to make the money you need? Good question. And we'll keep on talking. Roll with me. All right. Striped up beautiful today. It is a beautiful, beautiful day out. Just amazing. Fall is approaching and those boxwoods need to be trimmed, and there's a whole lot of perennials and tons of work here in the fall. So we're gonna roll on the next few spots and bring you along with us. The thought process here is when you're trying to afford another employee, find out how much you need to live off of every month. Personally, I need like $8,000, $10,000 a month for me to live what I need to take care of. And that's step one. So figure that out real quick, how much you need to live off of each month and how much you have to make in the 20 working days you have each month. Okay, we're going to keep it simple for everybody to understand what we're talking about. Let's roll. So based on that $10,000 that you need to make, that's $500 a day when you're out here working. Now, you want to hire an employee, that's going to cost you average $1,000 a week. Okay, so figure in $1,000 a week to have a full-time employee at $20 an hour. And you start thinking about that, you're like, whoa, $52,000 a year. So I have to increase my revenue into the business by $52,000 at least. And that's not even right thinking, because you start to deduct all these other expenses that come in when you have an employee that you haven't even thought about. So it's going to be more than that $52,000 if you're going to have them for full time. Now, you can always have them for part-time and have them for 2-3 days a week, 4 days a week, however you guys arrange that. Because remember, this is your life, this is your business, and you're free to choose who you hire and how much you work them. They just have to agree to it. So we got to roll down and put some stripes in this residential yard. And it's just me and Tyler today because Dalton sprained his ankle in a soccer match this weekend. So give Dalton a little prayer of quick recovery so he doesn't miss too much work. If you miss too much work, your bank account gets broken, even if you didn't get broken. It just sprained. You know Dad's going to take care of him. So we'll check back in. Stay tuned. We got more to talk about. 52,000 is a little bit overwhelming, right? To think about. But in reality, it's really not that hard to accomplish. Because what's going to happen is you're going to squeeze your 5-day mowing route down to a 3-day mowing route. You're still going to work from sun up to sundown, but now you're going to work Mondays and Tuesdays. You're going to work to pay that employee. So Mondays and Tuesdays, you either need to line up a whole another mowing route for those 2 days if you're just going to do mowing, or you can do what I do, and I branch out and I do landscaping on those 2 days. And for me, it's worked out wonderful because the landscaping tends to pay a higher hourly rate because it's much more physical and a little bit more skills involved when you start doing landscape designs, pruning bushes and trees and shrubs, and the knowledge it takes to accomplish that correctly. So in my bubble of the world, we try to do Mondays and Tuesdays, we do landscaping, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have our full mowing route. And in those mowing routes, we have extra little things that we do on these properties as well. So this year, with both my boys helping me, I've really had to keep the pot going and keep that money coming in, keep these jobs rolling, and figuring out how to make that extra money every single week that I need. And we've been pretty successful at it. So, I can still make my 10 that I need to make, and the boys still make their money that they need to make. And it may not work for everybody, and trust me, there's gonna be a million different opinions if I had a million people watch this video. But since I only have about 1,000 on average to watch, it's still gonna be 1,000 different opinions on how to accomplish this. So I'll keep talking as I go through the day, because I'm sure I'll think about more on this topic and how to kind of get y'all tuned in the thought process that yes, you can do it. Is it going to be more work? Yes. Is it going to be easier on you? Most of the time it is a little bit easier on you. So stick around. The most difficult thing you're going to run into when you go to hire an employee is training that employee. Because whether you realize it or not right now, 9 out of 10 people that you bring into your world, they're not going to make it. Okay, one reason or another, they're not going to make it. So be prepared to train and train and train multiple people that you bring on before you find one that's going to stick around with you and do the job that you need them to do. That being said, that's going to slow you down, right? That's going to slow you down so much that you're going to be pulling your hair out of your head, saying, why did I even try to hire someone else to help me? I could have just done all this myself, okay? And that's the thing. If you put in the hard work and the effort to find the right person, to train them the way you need them to be trained, eventually, that likes messing with me, eventually, you will have an easier existence, all right? You won't be the one weed eating. You won't be the one push mowing. You won't be the one blowing. You may have to touch them every once in a while, but your main gig is going to be mowing and making sure all the properties are taken care of the way they need to be taken care of. That thing's driving me crazy. All right. Hey, that's about all I got tonight, okay? So before you hire someone, think about all these things I talked about. I'm going to go break this light, and I'll check in on next video. Be good if you can. Always be kind. Above all, love each other. Peace. Elite Landscape style.